Hey there YouTube, NinjaNick333, and while scrambling to try to figure out what I was going to do for an upload today, I figured, hey, might as well look for my White 2 version so I can actually get this battle video uploaded. I recorded this like, I don't know, 3 months ago or something. There might have still been snow on the ground, I'm not sure. Because me and my friend Trevor, who had recently cut his hair now, yay, decided to do a few Pokemon battles, and he was really annoying the crap out of me with the Sun team he brought. Now, I'm definitely like a competitive Pokemon battling noob, so please bear with me, as I am definitely not the best at anything going on here. But he has some really annoying Pokemon going on here. So Trevor first sends out this Nidoking, who does like to sweep the heck out of my team. I do not like it. It's also has been able to outspeed Alakazams before, pisses me off. So I send out my faux Drizzle, bringing in the Drizzle. Yes, I know, I guess mildly retarded, I'm not sure. But anyway, he decides to go for Sludge Wave because he thinks that's going to do something. It really doesn't do, well, it does kind of a third. And I go for Hydro Pump because I know I'm just gonna knock this crap out. Because, you know, Hydro Pump in the rain from a water Pokemon against something, it's super effective, whatnot. So, he's like, screw this, brings in the Sun. Not happy with the Sun. So, obviously, this is going to be a weather war. Now, he puts Politoed to sleep. I was going to go for the Hydro Pump to knock it out, because even in the Sun, it's going to do a massive chunk of damage, if not knock it out entirely. But he actually manages to hit the Hypnosis, which has like, what, 50% accuracy or something? And he switches to his Oh Snap. Now, there's a reason it's called Oh Snap. That's because this is another sweeper on his team. His team is like half sweepers and half really annoying crap. Now, this Venusaur, it may not look like anything, but apparently, with its chlorophyll, it, like, outspeeds anything I could possibly ever have. So I know he's gonna go for Giga Drain, because he just likes to soak up all the nice sweet juices out of my Toad. So I switch into Eggman. Yes, I know it's a female. Shut up. Because I know it can take hits really nice. And what does he do? He goes for Sleep Powder. Don't I already have the Pokemon Sleep? But no, he doesn't want to follow any sort of competitive rules at all. I'm like, you're only supposed to put one Pokemon to sleep at a time. Isn't there like a sleep clause or something? It's like, screw the rules. I have Sun or something. I don't know. So I figure that I really need to get the rain up again, because with the Sun up, this Venusaur is ridiculously overpowered with its massive speed and its Giga Drains and whatnot, and here it goes setting up with growths, so that Giga Drain's gonna take even more out. So basically I'm just walling with Eggman for now until it can wake up, and it finally does, and I go for Aromatherapy, which will then relieve all status conditions from my entire team, waking up my Politoed, which is good, because then I can later bring it in, and it will be able to do crap like Hydro Pump and whatnot. So there he goes, going for Giga Drain, which takes out almost half of my HP. And then I make some stupid moves. I decide to go to Seismic Toss. I'm like, let's see how much of a chunk 100 damage is. Almost a third. So, really, not too smart. And I, of course, decide to go for it again, because, you know, I'm stupid. Or something. I don't know. I don't know why I went for it a second time. Because look at how much that Giga Drain is doing compared to before, after just 2 growths. Oh, not very happy. So basically, I'm just like not knocking off any amount of health off of him whatsoever. So the second Seismic Toss really wasn't just that great of a move at all. So here I go, healing somewhat. Now he just sucked a whole bunch of health out of me, so he just keeps going back up to full. So I'm like, alright, I'll save this for later. And I go back right into Faux Drizzle. I know that he is going to just Giga Drain the heck out of this. but I need the rain up so that it's not fast anymore. So I just send it in to die, basically. Watch it suck up all that HP, and there it goes. Goodbye, Fodrizzle, you have played your part. And look, oh, this is one really long and arduous battle. So, I know that he is not expecting anything that comes out of this bullfrog right now. I'm telling you. So he goes for hidden power. The hidden power type is fire. So he knows that it's got dry skin. It's going to take extra damage from fire type moves. But he doesn't realize that I run Ice Punch on it. Just for said occasion. Now that's definitely being able to be a 2-hit knockout on that massive Venusaur. Since it's raining, the dry skin heals me. And then I get off some extra healing on Black Sludge. I know he's going to go for another hidden power fire, so I just Sucker Punch. It gets priority and knocks it the heck out, because I did not want that Venusaur there any longer than it had to be. And look at that massive amount of healing I get off. Man, this guy puts in so much work this game. So here he goes, bringing back in the sun, because he doesn't want me healing anymore. He wants the dry skin to work against me. And I'm like, fine, you can let the dry skin work against me. I'm just going to switch out here into the one and only the King, which is basically my version of Venusaur for the Rain team. Kingdra is really powerful, because he gets his Swift Swim off in the rain, making his speed ridiculous. Plus, then he can Hydro Pump and whatnot. Luckily, he misses on his Hypnosis, and I get to go in for Hydro Pump. Unfortunately, it misses. That should have been a one-hit knockout for that stupid fox, but he brings the sun back in. And after that, I'm like, screw it. Hydro Pump's still gonna one-hit KO this thing, so I just go for Hydro Pump again. And it doesn't. Ah, stupid sun. But he misses his Hydro Pump again. So, or he misses his Hypnosis again. I don't know why I said Hydro Pump. So, he knows that this thing's gonna die, because I'm gonna go for another Hydro Pump. So he switches in his Milotic, which can suck up that Hydro Pump like it's nothing. Just watch. Just watch. Look at how much health that takes out. Look at how much health that takes out. Nothing! Absolutely freaking nothing! Oh my god, it is so annoying. So annoying. So he goes in, this Milotic is probably the most annoying Pokemon I've ever met. It's even more annoying than that Venusaur. I decided to go in for Draco Meteor, because that's probably going to be my biggest amount of damage I can pull off, knowing that he has that Dragon Tail, because, of course, again, I've battled this exact team of his a whole heckload of times. This is the first time that I've played him with this Rain team. So I bring in the big bad Drago Man. I should rename him Dracosack like that Yu-Gi-Oh card, but anyway, I decided to go for Thunder to try to knock it out, and obviously it misses because the rain isn't up, so why would it hit? And he goes in for Dragon Tail to switch me out again, bringing in my Wash Rotom that I named, of course, Laundry. Now, especially in this case, I hate doing the Laundry because it does not do anything to Milotic. He knows that I'm going to try to Volt Switch, so he sends in Claydol to basically be a big cock block on Laundry. And what did I tell you? It doesn't affect the foe's Claydol. So I go in for Will-O-Wisp because I know this thing's going to be hard to take out, and I'll burn it and it'll take off some extra health. He goes in for Stealth Rocks because even though it's kind of late in the game at this point, it's still going to do a crap ton to my Dragonite. So now I go in for Hydro Pump because I want to do some damage to this guy. I want to get him gone. I want to get all of his Pokemon gone. I just want this battle to be over with, basically. And it does not do enough. He goes in for Earthquake because I'm obviously an Electric-type Pokemon, but he does not realize that Rotom's ability is Levitate, so that worked out in my favor. Now, even though I guess his leftovers is healing him, his burn is doing so much more. So he decides to save that guy for later, goes back in with Milotic. Of course, I'm just going to go to Hydro Pump to try to take Claydol out, even though I should have expected him to bring back in Milotic. So I should have gone for Volt Switch, but you know, whatever. Hindsight, 2020. Better than my own eyes. So I go for Hydro Pump again. I don't know why. Oh, because I expected him to switch back out into Clay Doll, expecting the Volt Switch again, but he didn't. So I'm just basically just gonna sit in front of this Milotic and cry myself to sleep. Because it, as now you can see, is a rest-talking Milotic. So here comes in Dragoman, who gets butt screwed by those stealth rocks. And there he is sleeping, but who cares? He's just gonna sleep talk. Now what does that sleep talk get? But Dragon Tail. Now, I don't know why. It's a 1 in 3 chance of him hitting the Dragon Tail, but he hits Dragon Tail so freaking much. Now he brings in Eggman, and the rocks, they just hit the heck out of it. And I thought it was going to be dead from one Dragon Tail, but apparently it can live a Dragon Tail. Who would have thought? This thing is just a frickin' tank. So of course he hits that Dragon Tail again. Eggman's at 19, so it's gonna die the second it gets switched into Stealth Rocks. Laundry comes back out. So this Rotom Wash, I mean, what am I gonna do with this? What am I gonna do with this? This Milotic is still at full. So I go in for Volt Switch, even though I know he could potentially bring back in the Clay Doll, but he doesn't even switch, because he's just at so much full health, he doesn't even frickin' care at this point. Now, luckily I got that Volt Switch off, because I can free switch into the King, so I can, you know, Draco Meteor and whatnot his face. But he manages to wake up, expecting that he would wake up on that turn, to Dragon Tail out. So now all of my Pokemon are like not doing so well, but I managed to get out Bullfrog. Now, I'm gonna try my best to get this guy working, because the sun, it only lasted the 5 turns at most, since it was sunny day instead of drought. So I bring in, this is a sub-punching Bullfrog, by the way. So this guy, he's just so awesome, because look at that. He goes in, hits it with Dragon Tail, and he, Trevor didn't know, but I did. When your opponent tries to Dragon Tail your substitute, as long as it's not hitting your Pokemon, it doesn't switch out. And it gets to live it, even though it was a critical hit. So, I get to go in for my Focus Punch, do that gigantic, massive amount to that Milotic, but do I care? No, I do not care. He hits it with yet another Dragon Tail, finally breaking that sub. And I'm just like, oh, look at this black sludge. I'm just gonna lick it up while you cry. While you cry. So, I know that he's probably just gonna go for the rest again, so I just do an unprotected Focus Punch. I really should have just set up another substitute, just so that I would, you know, because then I would be healing behind it, and then I could go for the Focus Punch the next turn anyway. But, you know, again, hindsight. It still didn't really end up doing that bad anyway. So, I hit him with the Focus Punch. It does shenanigans, basically. Takes out, like, what, a third? And then he heals with his frickin' leftovers, because everything on his team has to have frickin' leftovers. So annoying. But now I decide to go for the substitute again, because I know he's going to most likely hit me with the Dragon Tail, but for the first time ever, it hits Scald instead, healing Toxicroak. It heals my Toxicroak because of dry skin. Oh my god, that was so awesome. So awesome. So obviously, this is his cue to switch out, because he does not want to hit Scald anymore with the Sleep Talk. So he switches into Clay Doll, just so that he can have a free switch into anything, because he obviously can predict. I could go for the Ice Punch, I could go for the Focus Punch, whatever. Since I was obviously staring down the Milotic, I went for the Focus Punch instead. Basically any attack I would have went for would have knocked it out. And it's gone. It's gone, it's gone, it's gone. So now we're getting close to the end of the battle. Finally, I know, taking forever. But I set up to go for another Focus Punch, because even if he breaks the substitute, I can still go for it for free. he goes for the return, which does, of course, massive amounts of damage, breaking that substitute. But I don't care, because this focus punch is stab, it's super effective, and it just basically hits that Ambipom in the nuts, and it goes flying sky high into Skyrim, or some other crazy dimension of which it will never be seen from again. And look, I'm almost back up to full again. So he sends out the Ninetales, of course, because it's going to bring in the drought, and it's going to make my Toxicroak, you know, cry. I go for Sucker Punch, thinking he's going to Flamethrower because it would be boosted by the drought, and that then it would, you know, most likely one-hit knockout my Toxicroak. But he doesn't. He goes for the Hypnosis, even though it was most likely to miss anyway, because it had only hit once so far this game. And he does end up hitting the Hypnosis, and it's saddening. And the drought hits my dry skin, making me lose health. And then he goes for the Flamethrower. It would have probably been a better play to just go straight for the Flamethrower, but whatever. He still won. But at this point, it didn't really matter because, you know, Toxicroak put in his work, and I still have Pokemon left. Do I still have Dragonite left? Oh yeah, I still have like 4 of my Pokemon left, I think. So I just go in for the Rotom Wash. I know that the Hydro Pump is just going to do a crap ton to him, even in the sun. It ends up knocking him out, which I was very, very thankful for. Meaning that I have finally won the Weather Wars because I still have my Kingdra, who can put up a Rain Dance. So he sends out Milotic again, which of course I'm just going to Volt Switch the heck out of it because, you know, that's the only move that will do any amount of damage really to the Milotic with the Rotom Wash. So I end up getting the free switch and some damage going right into Kingdra. I'm really hoping he doesn't hit the Dragon Tail with a Sleep Talk, which, you know, odds are he will, because it's that 1 in 3rd chance that he keeps hitting over and over and over and over and over, except for that one time. I'm surprised he hasn't even hit Rest once, but he hit Scald, which thankfully is 4 times resisted since he's Water and Dragon. His frickin' king is the king. The king! But I hit him with Draco Meteor because I want this thing gone. I want it gone. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I want this battle to be over. And it is. So, thank you guys for watching the first of any Pokemon battles I've ever had. I'm probably going to be going into some Let's Play stuff in the future and, you know, stuff like this. It will be just recorded with this video camera because I have nothing better than that. But, you know, I'll see you guys in the next video. I will hopefully have more Pokemon stuff like this up at some point, along with Yu-Gi-Oh! Kaijudo, whatever. Bye.